What's up, guys? This is Young Shot here, back here today to give you guys another video. This time we're going to be going on the New York Knicks and a recent fall into the record. Basically, one moment there was the 4th seed, next moment they drop all the way down out of the playoff contention so far in the season, and we just got to get a look at it right now. They just dropping dramatically, losing close game after close game, sometimes getting blown out. It's just, I don't know what's going on with this team. Melo's been putting in the work, basically putting up his points averages. Porzingis been injured. There's many factors into it, but it's no excuse for this team. This team has built a really, I think, solid team on paper. Rose been playing really good. Again, I think it's just the difference of just more lineup changes. Basically getting better, better lineups to be played in. That's why I feel what it is. Most of it is just basically transition defense and taking smart shots. And again, just the defensive side, a lot of game deciding defensive plays or errors that basically bring them to their knees. With the Suns, they played against Devin Booker, and Devin Booker had a field day, especially hitting the game-winning shot. Another game-winning shot with the Hawks. Just back-to-back game-winning shots. Freaking the Suns had, I think, PJ Tucker had a game as well. It's just been a lot of things that's been going on with this team, and they just need to address it immediately. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna dip and dive straight into the New York Knicks, and let's get it started. And before we do, I want you guys to follow my Twitch and Instagram, YouTube, and my Twitter for all updates on NBA basketball and football related news. I'll be posting daily every time on Twitter. So if you don't think I be posting every day, doing retweets and everything, giving you all you guys news and highlights, and also pretty much my opinions on certain ideas. So let me know if you guys is rocking with this, and let me know what you think is the Knicks struggles before I get into this video. Alright, let's get started. The New York Knicks points per game total and the rebounding total is high up there. Points per game pretty much having half of the league pretty much in that standing or in that statistic. They're rebounding top 5, which is really good for a team. With Joakim Noah, Kyle Quinn, Chris Stats, Melo, that's really good. But here's the thing that most people don't even realize: like, they're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. I think this is the points. Yep, this is opponent's points per game, and they lead 25th. It's just horrible how they play defensively. As you can look right here, in their 19-26 record, and it's just atrocious. They have a net rating of 2.8, so their offense, they have a net rating of 2.8 with their plus minuses, which is decent. At least it's over the mark, and that's good. But again, letting go 108 points a game is not going to cut it in this league. You need better defense than that, and surely they don't show it. The best defensive team, Utah, San Antonio, Grizzlies, obviously. And the Knicks is far away from having that defensive roster that they have. They're more trying to build it for offense, building around Porzingis and Melo, but it's just not working out. And I see that they need to do some trades for the foreseeable future, hopefully, to get more defensive guys on their team and somewhat coexist, like a 3-and-D guy. I think Courtney Lee for them hasn't been the most productive player for them, and I think that's why they're kind of leaning towards him playing off the bench for Ron Baker. You see Kuzminskis getting more minutes. It's crazy of the fact that they didn't even have the idea of putting Porzingis at the 5 and dropping down Melo to the 4. History at the 4 for Melo, he's been really good. He's been, I think, averaging about 25 per game when he goes down to the 4, and also getting more rebounds and also more shot attempts, but also a better and efficient field goal rating for him. So if you play a small ball lineup and see if it works, maybe it'll work out. Then again, you pay all that money to Noah for nothing. So I understand why they still sticking with Noah, but people are just gonna have to understand that Noah, will still get his minutes regardless. It's just, I think it's better for the lineup if you have a lineup with Derrick Rose, either Baker, Lee, Kuzminskis, even Jennings has to start in 2 or start in 1, and just dropping down Melo at the 4 and have Porzingis at the 5 could help out in terms of the offense, in terms of like getting ball movement, and also defensive wise. Porzingis is 7'3", long length, not going to be able to body most centers, which is another thing, but Melo can hold his own. Not the best defensive player, but he can hold his own down there and maybe add some size and length with Kuzminskis. So that's all I got for the defensive breakdowns for the Knicks. I'm going to now look at the net ratings when they're on a lineup together. So as I check out the New York Knicks, basically defensive ratings, and basically their offensive rating, their lineup ratings, let's take a good look at their season interview, or basically their overview. They're I think 11th or 10th after the win tonight against Indiana. They lost, I believe, 11 out of their last 14, and it hasn't been looking good for them. What else they did? Melo's been averaging or had the team high in points. Joakim Noah high in rebounding. They 3rd in rebound, 25th in defensive board, and 14th in points per game. And pretty much the assists, they haven't been getting a lot of assists lately as well. Bench production has been down. In some games, Justin Holiday and Brandon Jennings do step it up, but other games, other people don't. But it's just been a very hard and tough time for the New York Knicks as I dive straight into now the defensive ratings and offensive ratings of this team. As you can see here, the New York Knicks throughout the season, throughout the advanced stats rating, you can see the offensive rating is high up in most places, but the defensive rating is down in most places. And the more main point that I want to go to is the starting lineup. Now, the starting lineup, you can see here, the usual lineup: Derrick Rose, Courtney Lee, Carmelo Anthony, Porzingis, and Noah together. But the offensive rating is 105.7 to the defensive rating 110.5, and that rating is -4.8, and they just have a horrible time just basically putting up points. The pace is down, and basically the player efficiency together as a team goes down, and the assist to ratio goes down as well. It's just a very bad situation here as far as the starting lineup. Now, as for the others, as for Carmelo Anthony, Brandon Jennings, Courtney Lee, Joakim Noah, and Porzingis, their defensive rating still goes down. Their offensive rating still is a little less down for the defensive rating, but the offensive rating gets killed. Now, my suggestion is they prefer this lineup, these two lineups. Here you go. You got Derrick Rose, Courtney Lee, Carmelo Anthony, Lance Thomas, and Joakim Noah, but obviously they are not taking out Porzingis. He's the starter. He has to play for them as far as offense. So here's my preferred lineup. I would have D Rose, Justin Holiday, because I feel Justin Holiday deserves it. I think Courtney Lee will be great off the bench. The focus will primarily be on Rose, Melo, and Porzingis to score. Kyle Quinn, a great mid-range jump shot. He plays really solid defense. Not the best defender, but I feel like he should be over Noah. I think Quinn could fill in the job pretty good with Porzingis there. And also you have, I believe, let me see. Yes, you still have Derrick Rose in the lineup. Again, I feel like the defensive rating will be better. The pace is better. The player efficiency from the field is better as well. As soon as Noah and Courtney Lee is taken out. Not saying that Courtney Lee is the big problem here, but it seems like whenever Porzingis is taken out or Joakim Noah is taken out, either which or they play better offensively. Now, I don't know. The problem is as far as some of the reasons why they are not scoring on a proficient level. Sometimes they just have their drought, so they just don't pass the ball. I don't know what it is, but defensively, I will stick with this lineup of having Rose, Melo, Justin Holiday, and Porzingis and Kyle Quinn in that lineup, and basically just have Justin Holiday check, the better defender. Better offensive player on the team. On the defensive side, Derrick Rose does his thing. Melo does his thing. Porzingis is tall enough to play and overshadow Quinn if he doesn't have the great rebounding ability to basically go against other centers like Dwight Howard. But I feel like Quinn can hold his own sometimes as well. So that's one of the lineups that I will go with. Another lineup that I would possibly go with, and it being risky, it seems like every time they put Kuzminskis out on the floor, he actually shines better. I'm going to now take a dip down and see the one-man, two-man lineup. Let's see if I can go. I'm just going to go based off of the player and basically check out Kuzminskis when he's on the floor completely. Now you can see here when Kuzminskis is on the floor, their defense take a little dip. Yes, he's been playing. His net rating is negative 3.3, but he doesn't get a lot of time to shine, to be honest. The highest net rating is Marshall Plumlee, but again, he doesn't get a lot of minutes, but he does a lot of good things, right? Melo got a worse net rating. Porzingis got a worse net rating. Everybody's going to have a worse net rating, and the defensive rating doesn't show. What I'm saying is Kuzminskis, I feel, has played up to the standard that he should get a lot of minutes. His hustle, his play has been really well. I'm surprised he doesn't get minutes. Ron Baker sometimes having some games as well. But I feel that Ron Baker should be playing in limited minutes sometimes. As he's looking right here as well, the minutes being shared is mostly going to the starters, except for Joakim Noah. Joakim Noah gets 22.7, Brandon Jennings 23. And I'm just going to take a look here. The best offensive rating is Marshall Plumlee, and then again, 11.4 minutes only for 5 games. Derrick Rose has the better offensive rating out of the whole team. And then second will be Melo. The defensive rating, the best defensive rating on the team is Sasha Vujacic, but only played 23 minutes. It seems like when Willie Herman Gomez sometimes is in the game as well, the defensive boards go up, rebounding helps, defensive rating goes up completely, the pace goes up completely when he runs the board. It seems like this team just gotta trust more into the role players and also change up their starting lineup. Obviously, I feel like Noah being paid all that money was a risk for the Knicks. Didn't help out the way that they wanted him. Again, he's been rebounding, he's been playing defense, sure, but again, I don't think it's working out to the point where it's been helping them both offensively and defensively. It's just not doing what needs to be done to basically score. Kyle Quinn and Justin Holiday plays really good together, it seems, with the starting lineup. So we just got to see what they do from right there. So the New York Knicks, as it goes from right here in the month of January, as I try to pull it up, and it's not letting me trying to go all the way back, so I'm going to have to go through all months of the New York Knicks. And I see the problem now. 1 second. Okay, there we go. So in the month of January, I can't even go through December, but I'm just going to go straight to January. January, lost to Orlando Magic. I think this is the beginning of the losing streak. I'm not sure. No, it's not the beginning, but I'm just going to keep it as that. I'm not going any further. I'm going straight from 2007. Straight into the new year of 2017. Lost to Orlando Magic. I remember Aaron Gordon having a game. They basically get blown out in the fourth quarter. They had a lead in halftime. Milwaukee Bucks game. They almost won that game. Giannis hit a fadeaway mid-range to seal the game for them. But they said it was a controversial call and that Giannis did travel on the last play. But again, they let him back in the game. Next game, Knicks beat the Bucks thanks to a good performance by Porzingis coming in and scoring. Knicks against the Pacers. As I re-pull it now again because they want to mess up. Give me a sec. Alright, so Knicks against the Pacers, 109 to 123. The Indiana Pacers completely beat the New York Knicks. I wouldn't say they beat them bad, but they pretty much outplayed them in the fourth and third quarter. Again, the Knicks up at a certain point and then lose the lead in the third quarter. Then you got the Pelicans who completely mollywopped the New York Knicks with AD's 40 points, Derrick Rose disappearance game, and that was kind of strange too when Derrick Rose just disappeared out of the blue. They said it was a family issue, so it's understandable. Melo gets ejected, Kyle Quinn gets ejected from that game, and then this is where it starts going downhill from here. Knicks against Philadelphia, TJ McConnell game-winning mid-range jump shot, which is poorly defended by Carmelo Anthony. And then pretty much it goes down from here. Knicks beat the Bulls thanks to a great effort. They got tired of losing. Knicks versus the Raptors. Raptors completely being the better Eastern team, which I will accept. DeRozan and Lowry went off in that game. Next game, Atlanta Hawks versus the Knicks. Dennis Schroeder hit a game winner. Knicks against Boston Celtics. The actual time that they actually played good. Boston this month playing horrible defense in the clutch situation in the fourth quarter, giving up the most points in the NBA in this month of January for the Boston Celtics. TNT game against the Washington Wizards. Came down to the final play. Courtney Lee afraid to take a jump shot that Melo made a great dish off for a wide open jump shot. He just decided not to take it. John Wall gets the steal, turns the other way, gets the bucket, game over. Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker for three, makes the three, gets killed. Basically, he was killing us throughout most of the game as well. And he hits the game-winning three. Melo was trying to tie it up, missed the jump shot, and pretty much just see him with an embarrassing, just sitting down on the substitution sideline, basically the sideline table, and just getting a hug from Hornacek and just basically just laughing and just looking out of just confused and dazement that he just could not will his team to win and just the current losing streak that they're on. And tonight, finally sealing the win in a close game against the old rival, the Indiana Pacers. Paul George and Miles Turner had a game, but Derrick Rose and Melo did play their heart out, so great job by them. Their next game is against Dallas, and then they have a stretch of games where they go against the Charlotte Hornets with Kemba Walker, the Atlanta Hawks, the Washington Wizards, and further down the line, as I go even further, they go against the Brooklyn Nets. That should be a win. They go against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Los Angeles Lakers, Clippers. Blake Griffin should be back by then. Denver Nuggets, San Antonio, OKC, Cleveland again, Philadelphia, Toronto. Their schedule ain't getting any easier, and they are top. They're right now in the 11th seed right now. Any chances of them making the playoffs, in my opinion, and personally, this is me being a fan and no bias into the situation. I don't believe they can make the push before after All-Star break to make it to the playoffs. Now, it depends on what they do from there. Now, I'm not saying they cannot, but the schedule is really tough for them, and they're going to really have to pull out some games here in order to win and get into the playoffs, get into that AC. Maybe if they make a big run, big streak again, me being a Knicks fan and me not being realistic, maybe they can get into that 60 or 7 seed, but it's going to take a long push, a lot of lineup changes. Being realistic here, it's going to take a lot to basically get them to that point. So now, one thing I want to bring up is now the trade rumors and what the Knicks should possibly go from here. Obviously, I feel like they should continue with their team as it is, and then basically find some new players maybe, or just make some lineup changes. But here's goes the trade rumors and what I think from both sides and how it should play out. So here's my opinion on the Melo situation. Now, there's been a lot of trade rumors that Melo will waive his player clause. Basically, there's no trade clause if he gets sent to the right team, and has other things saying that he demands to stay on this team. He's not waiving his no trade clause, and he's just gonna stay there. Which I agree with both sides. Either which way, I think is a good scenario for the Knicks. I feel like he's doing everything in his power to score, basically put his team on his back. I feel like this organization isn't a organization to rebuild right now, but I don't think they have championship aspirations. I don't feel like they will have enough to have championship aspirations, if anything. They're just not there completely in terms to play for a championship. I feel like they're a playoff team, and that's about it. But that's as far as I can see it so far. And otherwise than that, I don't feel like Melo should be traded. But then again, if he does, I feel like you have to trade him for some pieces. Obviously, get some young players and just basically just have a season where Porzingis just basically balls out. Maybe the team plays better with Melo, who may never know. You have long contracts with Joakim Noah, so it kind of messes up the process of rebuilding. Plus, you don't have your picks. You traded most of your picks for Andre Bargnani for the Toronto Raptors, so you gotta find ways how to basically rebuild, get more picks. Hopefully, with a Melo deal, you can possibly get more picks. Possibly, you could trade other pieces as well, get more picks as well. You may never know. How I feel though, I feel like the Knicks should stay with Melo, should stay with Porzingis, and just keep on trying to build some more players to integrate it to what they're trying to do. Jeff Hornacek, I feel, is a good coach. Their offense has never led them wrong. They play really good offensively. It's just their defense that I feel like they just need better active defensive players. Joakim Noah has been playing really well defensively, and I don't think it is his fault. But then again, when he's on the floor, they don't really have much of a person to attack, or basically create on the offensive end. That's why I prefer Willie Herman Gomez starting, or either Kyle O'Quinn starting. Again, Herman Gomez is a rookie only. That's why I say Kyle O'Quinn, and maybe Justin Holiday. I feel Justin Holiday can also be integrated into the play, and basically, hopefully, they build the offensive, a good starting lineup with the team. And hopefully push on for there, because the offensive and defensive rating is really good. I like Herman Gomez off the bench. I do like him in a mix of Joakim Noah. You got two great offensive passers, and for both bigs, one defense, one offense, because Herman Gomez do have some good moves under there. And Courtney Lee, playing him off the bench wouldn't be a bad idea as well. He can be a real bench scorer with Brandon Jennings, I feel. So there's many other ways basically to see what they can do with the team. So that's my opinion on the Knicks. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Young Shot, and thank you for listening to These Are Called Journalism. I'm out. Peace out, everybody.
Set by Baker. Anthony puts up a three, in and out. So the Phoenix Suns.
Man, that's gonna not be very pleasant for my mind. That's just horrible to watch as a Knicks fan, man.